Travelers were put on notice today. You may not be able to board a plane next year unless you first make a stop at the DMV to get what's called a real ID. It's a new level of security in the wake of the 9/11 attacks, and transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave tells us what the real ID is really about.
Starting October 2020 of next year, okay, you have to have the gold star on your ID. That way you be in compliance with the Real ID Act.
At airports across the U.S., TSA officers are breaking the news to flyers.
You have to have the gold star on your...
Many will need a round trip to the DMV before October 2020.
Not necessarily looking forward to the process.
Or they may not be able to fly. They'll need new real IDs, a new secure driver's license that'll be required to access airport checkpoints and to enter federal buildings.
How many of the folks coming through here have IDs that are compliant that you're seeing?
Roughly about 50%. So we still have to make the general public aware to go ahead and go to the DMV now, so that way you won't wait till the last minute.
New signs are up at airports alerting passengers about the need for the new ID, with a star like this one in the upper right corner.
And show them your documents.
We found Mark Harris at the Maryland DMV. To get his new Real ID compliant license requires showing a valid ID, passport or birth certificate, proof of social security number, date of birth, and 2 items that prove state residency.
It was a lot of documents. I was surprised how many you needed of each.
The Real ID Act was passed in the wake of 9/11 after several of the hijackers improperly obtained state-issued IDs. Today, many in the TSA line at Reagan National Airport had no idea of next year's deadline.
It was a surprise. It was a surprise. But, you know, I guess you have to follow the rules and regulations to fly.
How excited are you about going to the DMV to get a new driver's license?
No one is excited to go to the DMV to get it, especially with busy people.
I need to go to the DMV as well. Kris Van Cleave joins us from the airport. So, Kris, what happens if you show up next October with your old ID?
Well, the TSA says they're still trying to figure out what the procedure exactly will be. They're hoping people use the next 13 months to go and get the right ID. Of course, if you have your passport, a military ID, or if you're in a state that has an enhanced driver's license, those will all continue to get you through the checkpoint. Nora?
I do have a passport, Kris. Thank you.